Hey there guys, today we are going to be going over the Monstrous Thirst build. This is a build that I put together a long time ago. I've been using it basically ever since jewelry crafting became a thing in Somerset. So I just wanted to run over this for you today and give you a breakdown of kind of how it works and the thought behind the build. I'm using the build on a Necromancer. You could use it basically on any class. I find it works very well in tandem with the Necromancer, just because the Necromancer has a couple of unique features to its build. Necromancer can generate ultimate out of combat. That's a very nice feature for someone who's looking to focus on werewolf gameplay, because they can essentially build up their ultimate while staying out of danger or in between fights. So that is a very unique part of the Necromancer. The other class that has that ability is actually the Nightblade. But some of the passes that the Nightblade have, it basically just gets its regen benefits, and to me that isn't worth trying to make it work. I think the Necromancer's got some pretty nice things, and you're going to see a couple of those in effect here when I go into the build a little bit deeper. Alright, the gear that we're wearing is Mighty Shootin, Clever Alchemist, and Blood Moon. A werewolf transformation, we have the Nirnhone two-hander with the double dot poison. If you're in a situation where you have allies around that you know can help you survive, or possibly a warden with you that is providing your major resolve, you could swap out Mighty Chudin. One set for some extra damage is Wolakina. Now that they've reduced the cost increase on this set, it's actually viable in PvP. I'd mentioned that Necromancer is one of the few classes that can generate ultimate out of combat, the other one being Nightblade. So how that works is, on your Necromancer, you're going to use abilities that create corpses, and out of combat, that's going to be like your Bone Armor, your Skeletal Archer, and your Spirit Mender. And then you're going to use that Deaden Pain ability, or the other morph of that, which actually grants you more ultimate per corpse. I prefer Deaden Pain just because of that major protection bonus that you're getting. Alright, this build itself uses 6 different potions. I'll show you the ones that I commonly use here. You're going to have a movability, you're going to have Essence of Health, which is your standard tripod. Here's Essence of Health again, but this one is going to give you extra spell resistance and physical resistance. Use this in a scenario you know you're pushing hard on the enemy, you might be outnumbered. Maybe you have a support ally with you providing a little bit of heals, so you don't need to worry about that, but you are limiting the amount of damage coming into you when you're using this. We've got a Detect Potion. This is great for Nightblades. It has a 15-second cooldown, or almost 16-second cooldown on this. You can pop these almost back to back and have about 80% uptime on detection. So if you are up against some pesky Nightblades that are just really giving you a hard time, you can flip over to these and start the hunt, chase them down. We use Essence of Invisibility. This is a good one if you're taking too much pressure, if you're taking too much heat, and you kind of need to get out of dodge. Line of sight something, pop this guy. People don't ever really look for a disappearing werewolf, or then are not usually expecting one, so this could be a great tool, as they're not usually ready with the counters to invisibility right away when you use this. And then we have the Essence of Weapon Power, giving us major brutality, major savagery. I will rotate between these, using them as needed if I'm short on magicka, or if I'm short on stamina, or if I just need to kind of restore just about everything, all my pools. I'm going to use that tripod. I'm going to try to get another effect on top of that, so maybe I'll put the weapon power another 20 seconds later, so then I'll have both the extra armor, I can have the extra armor going, I can have the weapon power going. It's nice because the werewolf has more of a simplistic gameplay. You're only dealing with one bar, so that allows you to be a little bit more creative and gives you a little bit more ability to focus on the different kinds of potions you're using at that time. So some of the enchantments we got on the gear, go with prismatic on those. And CP, since this is also a good build to use in CP environments. I'll flip through these here real quick. And if you're primarily playing in outnumbered situations or 1vxing situations, here's a trick you can use. You'll tone down your damage just a little bit here. We're going to drop this down to about 75 points remaining in the tree. And we'll come over here and we'll just dump them all into Blessed, give you a bigger heal, and the big perk right here will be over in Foresight. So when you drink a potion, the cost of your next magic ability used within 7 seconds is reduced by 80%. So when you've got your potion cooldown to 20 seconds, you're going to see that you're able to basically have a free cast of your werewolf heal every 20 seconds. So that's a cool thing you can play around with, whether you want to push your damage up a little bit more over here in the ritual, or if you want to be a little bit more survivable, having that free cast every 80 seconds is pretty fun around to play with. And as for some gameplay, I had linked a video of me using it before in some PGs, but here's another battleground video that I'll tag at the end of this.